Alright YouTube, so today we are going to do the APR Wiper Delete on the R here. I gotta take a look at it here because I've never looked at a video on how to do it. I kind of like to do everything myself, my own intuition, but I know this thing pops off. It actually teeters, you don't have to break it off like that, opens like that. Imagine this just comes out, remove everything that's inside here. Looks like this is just rubber cemented in. A little plug here, so we're gonna do that now. So I'm gonna take this off. Looks like we got, looks like a 13. Let's try a 13 first. So it was a 13. We're using a pneumatic terminal puller here. Pull her out. She got a little suction to her. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. All right, guys, so I got my inside panel off the trunk here so I can get to the wiper motor itself. It wasn't too bad. Anthony opened the trunk up. These come out. So we're popping them off first. So 2 screws when you first took it out. 1, 2. This little piece, when it's closed, it's just up like that. So this just opens and that drops down. So that's where those 2 screws are. And then the other 2, I'm sorry. Yeah, other 2 right here. So 1, and then same thing on the other side. 2, and that's that. So they're the only screws. You need T25 Torx heads for those. But other than that, they're all just snaps. So there was 1 there, 1 there. These, so this part, this is gonna be the last part. When you take it off, these just slide. You just kind of push the plastic up and it'll slide off this little plastic piece there. And then the rest, I just used the trim tool to pop all the snaps out nicely. I probably wouldn't pull too hard because they hold pretty good, so you're most likely going to snap the shit out of it. Yeah, so now I'm going to take this motor out here. Looks like we're ordering some 10s. So it looks like we got 3 10s and then the plug here. We're going to take this out. Alright, so wiper motor's out. So just like I said, you got the 3 10 mils, and then you unplug it. And then if you haven't watched my other videos, I always remind you with these German snaps, you got to push in, then pull up, then pull out. It's not just pull the tab out and pull it off. It'll never come off. And then that's what it looks like. And then what they send you in the APR kit, just a little black piece and then rubber cement. So common sense will tell you that you're going to put the glue around the edge of it. I would clean this off too. I'm going to do that and then just plug it, and that's it. And then you probably want to zip tie this plug out of the way so you don't hear it clanking around back here. And then we're going to put the back panel back on, and that's it. We're done. Clean my back windshield off after that. So when you're doing this, there's a flat side. Obviously that's going to go upside down here so that when you do it, your APR is upright. So you got Loctite here. I'm just going to put it around the edge. Bing, bang, boom, push it in. Let it sit for a few minutes before I put everything back together. Alright, so after you smush it on, you're going to get push out. So I just took my microfiber, wiped off the excess. Did the same thing on the front. Just be careful, hold it from the back when you're wiping the front. I just didn't want it to dry on like that and risk having any pieces of that rubber cement in there. So I'm going to let it dry like this, and then we're going to put everything back together. I'm going to go grab a little zip tie real quick, and I think I'm going to put it right to this one here. Try to get it in a taut manner here so it ain't clanking around. And then we'll put all the back panel on. Alright, so by far the biggest pain in the fucking balls with this, what you're doing here, is getting this back in right here. So what I had to do was really, like, you gotta come like down and in, and then once it's in, you gotta push this as high up as it'll go, and then when it kind of comes down from it, it'll latch on to the plastic snaps coming out of this piece. Definitely probably the longest fucking part of this, but now that that's in, so what I did was just make sure these little pegs line up with that spot there, and then pop that in. So pop that in on both sides. I already did this one, that was my holder. And then now we're just gonna go around and make sure all these snaps go in. All right, so then after that, put these in. That's what it looks like all done. Definitely cleaner look. Yeah, I dig it. I like it. The only thing that I will point out is, I know some people are probably more anal than others. So I'm gonna point this out for the sake of that. This is the APR Wiper Delete, right? Doesn't quite perfectly fill that hole. So you do see the gap there. The other thing I noticed was if you have some miles, as you can see, just from using the blade or the wiper blade over time, kind of wore down a little scratch into the glass. So that's something to think about when you're doing this. If you have some miles on your car, you might find the same thing underneath yours. And then if you're, like I said, one of those OCD people that wants perfection in the gap closure, APR might not be the way to go on this one. But that's what I get for buying something APR. Wanted to give him a chance. Nah, I'm not that mad about it. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not gonna nitpick like that. For me, it's good to go. I like it, looks good. Especially because you're not gonna see those imperfections unless you're right up on it in its face. So, good for me. If you're not videotaping and dicking around like I was, you could definitely knock that thing out in easily 20 minutes, maybe even 15. So go for it. So that was the APR Wiper Delete install, and keep on dubbing.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love, and that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things, I gotta just let it all out. I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about.